Hello everybody. Welcome to another Creating in Chaos video. Oh man. Okay, so I am really excited about this one. So basically I am passing on all of the research that I recently did to you guys. So this is like a compilation of all of the research that I did. I did polls on Instagram, I watched YouTube videos, I was on TikTok, I was all over the place. And you can see from the title that this is going to be ways that you can organize your plans in your vertical, I was going to say virtual. No, not your virtual, in your vertical planner. Just so that we can like get kind of on the same page. If you're new here, hi, first of all, my name is Caitlin. Welcome to Creating in Chaos. I would love it if you would subscribe if you're new. That would be fantastic. But just so we can all kind of get on the same page, a vertical planner is a weekly planner. So it usually has like a weekly and a monthly in it. And then the pages are laid out top to bottom. So we'll take a look at kind of one of these really quick and I will kind of show you what I mean. So this is the monthly layout. And then we have our weekly layout. So we'll come a little closer so we can see that. So yeah, this is your weekly layout and this is kind of what it looks like. So this is what a vertical layout looks like typically. So typically you'll have kind of a wide open space with 3 sectioned boxes. There are vertical layouts now that I'm seeing that are called the lined vertical layout as well. And I don't actually have one of those, but I will try to link that down in the description box so that you can check that out. But it's basically just one long column of a line. So that is another option if you're looking at a vertical layout. So then let's see, and yeah, we usually find these only on weekly planners, and I say, you know, usually because there are lots of planners that now include a daily in them as well as a weekly layout. So yeah, if you're looking at the Happy Planner, that is kind of where most of my knowledge comes from and the planner that I use most. So if you're looking at the Happy Planner, which I'm guessing that you are if you found my channel, their vertical planners come in 3 sizes. So they have the big vertical, which you can't really see all the way on the screen. This is an undated, so it is a big vertical. So the page is like 8.5 by 11. So hopefully you can see all of that on there, at least one of the pages, but you can see she's a big one. And the way you'll know that this is a big is by counting the discs, 11 discs. I have a whole video on all of the different planner sizes. If you'd like to take a look at that as well, you definitely can. So they have the big, and then the other one that I just showed you is the classic. So this is the classic size, and this is a 7 by 9. So you can kind of take a look at this one. And then they also have vertical layouts that are more neutral, as well as vertical layouts that are more like decorated, if you will. So that's kind of what that looks like. And then they also have a vertical mini, and the way that they lay it out is just like in the other planners. And the Happy Planner is one of the only ones that I have seen do this. I am going to be walking you through a classic planner, but you can do kind of all of these ideas in any of the sizes if you would like to. So we're really going to be focusing in on this one for today. But again, those sizes exist and you can probably find them at your local planner shops, like your craft shops and stuff. The cool thing about the vertical is that it is open-ended, right? So it is unlike a layout like an hourly or a dashboard where it's basically telling you where you need to write your plans. You can kind of do whatever you would like with this layout, and you can even go so far as to like ignore some of the boxes on here. Like you don't have to have boxes that are like this. You don't have to have the dividers here. You can definitely kind of move throughout this planner as you would like to do that. So yeah, you have your different sections here, and you can really work with this layout as much or as little as you want to. So I'm going to walk you through like, I don't know, somewhere between like 8 to 10 different ways that I have seen people use the vertical layout. And I'll talk to you about kind of what I decided on as well and why that works for me and all of that good stuff. The first thing I think that you need to think about as you're in your vertical planner is, are you somebody who really is structured in your plans. Like, do you want to make sure that you have little Timmy going to soccer at 7:30 on Monday and you want it on that day? Or like, are you like, okay, well, I need to pick up groceries sometime this week, and you're going to put it on the week and hope that it happens sometime that week? So you'll have to kind of decide what kind of planner you are. For me personally, I am like, if this is scheduled at 7:30 a.m. on Monday, it's happening at that time. Like, I can't put that on another day or just somewhere in that week. That just doesn't work well for me and the way that I visually see plans. So that is just one thing to kind of notate and to think about as you're thinking about your plans. So the first way that you can divide up your plans is you can take these 3 boxes and you can have one of them be things that are happening in the morning, one of them things that are happening in the afternoon, and then one of them are things that are happening at night. It really depends on how you want so for me, planning is both the function, so putting my things in my planner, as well as the look of my planner. If you are somebody that's like, I am just using pen only, the look doesn't matter, this part may not matter as much for you, but you're gonna kind of have to decide if maybe you have nothing happening in the afternoon, for example. Is it gonna bug you if you don't have anything written there or no stickers placed there, kind of depending on what type of planner you are? Or is that totally fine with you? So if you have things that are like pretty evenly spread throughout the day, then this might work really well for you. And some people I've seen, they will go so far as to, you know, they'll write it on the side. They will write morning, afternoon, and evening over here on the side. So we'll just go ahead and do that. And then the cool thing about the disc bound, just as a little bit of an aside, is you can take your pages out and you can write on them and do all the things that you need. So this would bother me, but again, if you are pen to paper, it may not. And this might be a good way to start, just to kind of visually see what you're doing. So you could have, you know, morning, and then you could have afternoon, and then you could have your evening plans, kind of however you want to do it. And then it's just going to depend on, do you want to use stickers? Do you not want to use stickers? There are stickers in books like this, for example, that have things like, oh, let's see if I can find it. There are like, oh yeah, like night and day stuff. So you could even, in your planner, like you could put, okay, my night stuff is going to start here in my planner. And I may even grab out my tweezers, and we may even just come down a little bit more as we're working on this kind of like one page here. So you could have your night stuff begin there. You could have your day stuff at the top. So really like splitting it in 2 as well. So not even utilizing all 3. Or you could use a sticker book like this one, and you can take stickers that say things like this, like AM and PM. So you can use these full boxes. Like maybe you're a planner that works really well with like listing things. So there's your AM sticker. And then here is your PM sticker. And maybe that is all you need. And then maybe you're going to put some decor around, but that's kind of going to be how your day looks. So those are all options as far as like stickers go. You can also just use regular like functional stickers in here too. So let's say we'll just do some kind of like fake plans in here for a minute. Oh my gosh, this sticker book though, also to die for. Mojo Jojo, Black Boxes and More. Highly recommend if you are getting into paper planning. But you can use things like maybe in the morning this day you have just a bunch of stuff that you need to get done around home. Maybe you don't leave the home and don't go work at a job in the morning, and you just have tons of stuff to do. Maybe a checklist is the way to go, you know? And then maybe over here after this, you want to like use a box or something like that to mark an appointment. So these boxes I think are really great for appointments. So maybe you have an afternoon appointment and you want to mark it here, and then maybe put some decor around it. You could definitely do that. And then maybe in the evening you have something where you might want to use like something like this size, like a quarter box. And then maybe you also have something small where you want to use, oh my gosh, I'm not laying this down very straight. It's interesting because this is like a mock spread for me, so I'm like, meh, these stickers can go anywhere. But maybe it looks like that for you. So these are all options for how you can do your morning, afternoon, and night. And of course, like, the options are completely endless. Like, you can really do your morning, afternoon, night anyway. I like to just stagger my stickers in my morning, afternoon, and night spreads. So what I have been doing is, like, I know that this is happening in the morning, and then I know that this is happening in the afternoon, and then I didn't have anything going on in the evening this day, which is pretty typical because I'm a homebody, but I just put some cute little decor down there. So that is kind of how I like to do my morning, afternoon, and evening, but this is the way that I like to structure my day, is by looking at my vertical planner morning, afternoon, and evening. So that is one way to work in your vertical planner. That is definitely something that you can do. These other ways of doing this, I researched, I have not used, so these are just ideas for you to take. You could also do categories. So for example, I found, and you could definitely hand write these in here too, but I found this sticker book. So this is Colorful Boxes, and this is an old sticker book. But you could take, so for example, you can do days of the week. Maybe you're going to do a to-do at the top. Maybe that's how you are going to structure this week. And actually, these are a little pastel-y. These are going to be hard to see. They have some brighter ones more towards the front. Yeah, these ones. Okay, so maybe you're going to do a to-do section at the top. So your top is always going to be to-dos. Oh my goodness. And I am either very tired and not seeing the edge or what have you. But these boxes are also really nice because you can use the edges of the box to put labels in and to utilize these stickers. You can definitely do that. So maybe this is like your to-do section, and that's the category that you're going to choose here. So that might be something you want to do there. Maybe your next section is for gratitude. Maybe that is something you want to incorporate in your planner. So that might be your next section. Every day you have your gratitude in the middle, and then maybe you have your workout as your last thing in your planner. You can definitely do that as well. You also don't have to label them at all. You can just know what your sections are as well. That's totally, you know, something that you can do. You can also, I don't know, I call this like mock labeling. So for example, maybe you know that your top section is for bills only. So you might put like a bill due sticker there. So maybe you have a bill due here, and you know that this top section is always for bills. So you put that right there, but you don't have a label at the top necessarily. Maybe you have your next section as your daily chores. So your daily chore of the day is going to go here, and then you would add these stickers in kind of across there. And these are very functional, of course. So you can definitely do whatever you would like. And then maybe your bottom section is your meal plans. So you could grab one of these stickers. This has like a little knife and a fork. So then you would know that this is for meals, and you might put your meal plan here. You could also even go further and add any like grocery list items. So you could grab like these little bullet points. This is something that I probably would do. And you could do like this to add a grocery list item. You could also even grab something from here. I saw some cute little, there are definitely the bullet points there, but also like these little checklist stickers. So if you didn't want to do just the bullet point and you wanted to kind of make a list, you could do this too. This could be added onto here, and it could be for any number of these. So that could be a way, but these are really ways that I would see as to how to section your planner. So you could have, again, sectioning it into categories is another way to do it. So another way that you can section out or use your vertical planner is by sticker type. So some people like to leave an entire space just for their decorative full boxes. So you might grab something like this or like this, and that first box, you know, is going to be a full box. So you're going to grab a decorative full box. So I would grab something like this. And then because I know that this section is always my full box space, and I guess full boxes, you know, you could have it be either decorative or there are also functional full boxes. So maybe you've like have a functional thing that day. So you want to put this one next, but you know that this section is for only full boxes, whether it's decorative or functional. So that could be something that you do there. Maybe your middle section is for your other boxes. So like your quarter boxes or something like that. So maybe you put this size box in one and you kind of put that here, and you know that this space is only for boxes. Maybe you take some of these other boxes over here as well and you kind of add them around. So you know that this section is only for your full boxes and you could put that here. This is kind of how I used to plan way back in the day when I was first using my vertical. And then maybe in the bottom you do only checklists. That's what I used to do. If you have been with my channel and watching for a long, long time, you will remember that I used to put all of my checklists across the bottom. And this was like me kind of learning and exploring. I had actually seen this by someone who used kits all the time. I don't remember who they were now, but you could do this. Definitely you could use one of these checklists, and maybe this is just your checklist spot every day, and you just go ahead and put these in here. You could also completely do this just by hand. Of course you wouldn't be able to use the boxes, but like any of these ways or other ways to utilize the vertical planner, you can always just do pen to paper. Like that is totally an option. I am 100% a sticker planner, and so that's why I'm showing you these, but you definitely could do that. So yeah, just using one box per type of sticker is another way that you could set up your vertical. Another way that you could utilize your vertical is by people. So for me, that would look like myself and my husband would probably be at the top. And then like each one of my kids would get a box. So, or you could do like adults, kids, and pets. You could do that. There's lots of different ways to do that. And I would probably label those in some way. So I wonder if there are ways to do that. So I probably would use something like this, at least to get started. Like you could definitely not label it, but I would do that just to kind of get started at first, just so you kind of know what's going on. It's definitely a good way to go. Those are clear. That's not gonna work. What about, okay, those are pastel. I feel like I'm like flipping through the sticker book. Oh man, that's funny. Okay, so you could even do these kind of boxes. Like you could do I'll just do adults, kids, and pets. You could do like yourself, your roommates, and anyone else that you take care of. Maybe you're a caregiver, so you need a category for somebody that you caregive for, but you definitely want to do that. You could also handwrite these on the side like I did on that first one. So I'll show you that as well. But then I would notate what this is. These stickers take up a lot of room, so this is probably not the sticker that I would choose. I probably would choose something that's more along the lines of like a label, but you could also do like, you could write it, just write in here in your planner. So you could do adults, then you could do kids, and then you could do pets. Let's just say that. And then you could also write those in those boxes if you were going to label that. And then you would just put, you know, what those people or that person has going on for the day. So adults, and I guess this is another variation on like the categories, but this is really organizing it more by like the people that you interact with every day. So that is another way that you can organize your vertical. Like I said, the possibilities are really endless. I'm just showing you a few that will kind of get you thinking about things. Another way that you could do this is you could completely disregard these lines. You could do that, and you could make each of these boxes a to-do list, whether that is by, you know, putting a bunch of checklists together. You could do that. So for example, you could take a ton of these and just make one long checklist. You could even get out your whiteout if you wanted to and white out the line if that's bothering you. So this could in turn just turn into like one long brain dump or checklist area. That could definitely be something that you do. There are also long stickers, which I will show you in just a second. Oh no. But I've seen people do this on like vacation weeks, especially. Like these are usually the way that I like to lay out my planner on vacation weeks, because nothing really goes according to plan unless you're vacationing with me, and then I have an itinerary, and you know, vacation with your planner friends. We always have an itinerary. Sometimes it can be a little stressful though, I get it. So yeah, you could make your one long checklist with these type of stickers. You definitely could do that. Or you could look at something like this, and you could erase those boxes essentially and make it a lined vertical planner like I was kind of telling you about. And then the only thing about these stickers is they're kind of tricky. They've got like this tail thing on the end. Yeah, they're a little tricky to like lay down, but you know, it's okay. So this is not going to be perfect, and I would take more time if I was actually planning this spread. But yeah, you could make your long checklist like this. Absolutely. You totally could do that. So that's another way that you could use your vertical, or you could even do like a shorter one if you wanted to, and reserve some room at the end if you wanted, maybe for decor or something, and just kind of have like a vertical double box. Absolutely. You could totally do that. And then save that last box for something else down there. So there are ways to make this whole vertical into a checklist space. You can definitely do that as well. You can also make this into a memory keeping space. So a lot of people that I know will design their spread kind of just on the design, how they like it, and then they will add in pictures. So this is actually a really good example of a memory keeping spread. So like they've got their pictures and like their little quote stickers and that kind of thing, and over here more pictures. This is like a very good example of a memory keeping spread. I don't print my pictures very much, but you could also use like love life. Like maybe you want to put this here and then journal about something that was really great in your life. So maybe you want to label this section, and then maybe you also want to add like a little box in here where you could journal, maybe even a double box. So you could definitely do that and journal. The other way to do this memory keeping thing is, again, adding the pictures into your spread, and you would just have to kind of decide on the layout. So again, do you want to have those pictures laid out by time? Do you want to have them laid out by, oh, I don't know, like by memory, that kind of thing? How do you want to do it? Again, you have things like this happy day label that you could put in here, and then you could add a picture, or you could add, like you could even add a full box sticker and then put a picture on top of that, or you could put like a small box sticker on top of that as like journaling or like a quote. Maybe somebody said something funny. You don't want to take up like the whole space. Maybe you want to layer it. So this is just another idea. I probably wouldn't put those colors together, but maybe. But this is just another idea for how you could use this spread and how, or this type of planner, and how you could lay it out. So those are, I think, the layouts that I'm gonna share, and kind of the ideas. That kind of covers like a broad, like smattering of, as it were, of types of layouts and types of ways that you can organize this layout in particular. So let's just kind of walk back through what we looked at. So we'll kind of start back in March, the fake March spreads that we did. So this one was like organizing your spread by morning, afternoon, and evening, and a variety of ways to do that. So just kind of different ways that you can play around with stickers as well. And then this one was by category. So you have like your to-do, your gratitude, your workout, or your meal plans, your chores, and your bills. Kind of however you want to do it, just whatever categories are important to you. This one we organized by type of sticker. So this one is like all of your full boxes. This one is your smaller boxes, and then maybe this one's all of your checklists. You could do that. Another one is you could organize it by adults, kids, and pets. And then another one is like you could transform it and like ignore the lines and basically make it one long checklist. You could definitely do that. And then the last one is like a memory keeping. So adding in like fun little labels and journaling spaces, or even adding in pictures, which I don't have necessarily, but you could definitely do that. So those are ways that I would lay out your vertical spread. And then as you get comfortable, I'm sure those of you who were kind of looking at this is my personal planner right now. I'm sure you saw that like I didn't have things like perfectly on the line, for example, but I do still use the category of like morning, afternoon, and evening. But I also like throw in some decor. That will come, I think, with time and as you practice and kind of know your planning style. Before I did this spread and like jumped back into vertical, I actually like played around like on one of these other planners that I'm not using. I'm very grateful that I actually have other planners to kind of play around with, but I did that and I kind of figured out like where I, you know, how I wanted my planner to look. If you look at something like someone who maybe uses more sticker kits, you'll see that they have a different look, like different labels in their planner as well. So there are also like a lot of variation in between types of sticker planners or types of vertical planners. So I'm more of like what I would call like a white space planner. So you can see a lot of my planner page in here. There are other people who maybe use more like full cover kits and their whole page is covered by a planner kit and it's basically all stickers. So there are some variations with that as well. If you guys would like, I can kind of walk you through like tips and tricks for getting started in decorating. So we've kind of covered like what categories and how you can break up the vertical layout, but if you'd like, I can kind of walk you through how we could decorate it. So if you're new and that would be helpful to you, feel free to leave that down in the comments. And then I've talked about now the vertical layout as well as the dashboard layout in my Planner 101 series. I just kind of talk about the planners that I'm using. If you'd like to see this series continue, like basics for different types of layouts, feel free to let me know and I can definitely showcase more of them. But let me know in the comments like what planner layout you guys are using. I think I've asked a poll about this, but let me know in the comments as well. So if you are new here, hello, my name is Caitlin and I would love it if you would hit that red subscribe button down below and go ahead and follow along. I love to have fun here. I love to share and I like to kind of walk people through different parts of planning and kind of get to know that part of, you know, your planning journey. So feel free to subscribe if you're new and like this video if you liked it and give it a big thumbs up, as well as ring that bell for notifications every time I post. And then if you are a returning follower, thank you so much for being here. Here is your internet hug for the day. And if you are looking for me anywhere else, you can find me over on Instagram at creatinginchaos_official, as well as on the Spiced Chaos podcast. We actually have a new episode going live today, so make sure that you check that out as well. And you can find us wherever you get your favorite podcasts, and that is linked down below. So we would love it if you would become a listener over there as well. And then before you do any shopping with planners or Happy Planner or any other of your favorite planner brands, I do have affiliate links and coupon codes linked in the description box below. So make sure you check out all of those things. And by the way, you guys, have fun today.